Alright, back we come for the second half of the fishing boat. We're at 53%, and it's only taken us like 40 minutes or something to get here. Much quicker than last time we were doing this map. Probably could have almost just like finished off the deck before moving on to the outside, to be honest, but I saw it was 53% and it was time to stop to take a break anyway, so we'll just finish swabbing the deck before moving on to the hull. And get rid of the blistering barnacles. And hopefully make a lot more short work of them than last time we were here. For those catching up, last time I did this map, it was with the basic washer only because of a self-imposed challenge of working my way through the career without buying any upgrades. Well, I bought the extensions. You had to. Like, there's no way to do some of the levels without the extensions. And, like, the turbo nozzle. But no soap, and no upgrading the washer. And it took 8 hours to do this map across multiple sessions. There are 7 videos of my progress. Unedited, uncut. The full descent into madness. I think it was the 3rd longest level. I believe the subway still took longer. I think it was the 2nd longest, I believe. And the final level, I'm barely sure was the longest. But I need to do a little infographic breakdown at some point. Completely separate from the breakdown I had while doing it. So it's very fun to come back and just blast away at all of this stuff without having to use like the red nozzle and just going back and forth, because what we were basically having to do was this. Because with the basic washer you can't really get through this mold. It's not giving me the information again. It seems to just keep going away. It'll be there, like I'll re-enable it and it'll be there for a short while and then it'll go away again. I wonder if it's the aim mode that breaks it. Well, I'm always using the aim mode because otherwise it's pain to watch. So what's on our checklist? That's what I'm curious about. So we've got rudder, hull trims, yep. Hull trims, propeller, yep. Keel, yep. Gunwales will be the exterior parts of them. Oh, bridge is apparently 99% done. Anchor holes and anchor chain as well. So, anchor hole... There we go. Just need to do the top. And there's one over this side, even though there's no anchor on this side. Go figure. Bridge is apparently not done. Why? Ah, there's a few just bits. Oh, I didn't do this trim very well. There we go. I was only doing it from afar. I sprayed down at this from the upper scaffold. Okay, well that's everything on the inside done now. Now it's to the outside. Let's start with the anchor chain and the anchor. Shall we, just to get that done? The anchor chain is annoying because it might still need to have some stuff done on the inside as well, and we can't tell. But we can at least do the outside part. Can we stand on the anchor? Yes! That's fun. I don't know if that helps us, but... So the anchor chain we might still have to do a little bit on the inside, I'm suspecting. Maybe we didn't crouch down enough. Let's go finish that off before I forget. Boing! So here... some link. There we go. Yep. Whee! And then the anchor, there's probably some other angles I have to do as well. I think I didn't get a good enough top angle on the lower bits, perhaps? Or even the upper bits? There we go. Cool. We just get started, really, don't we? It's like, well, where do you start? From wherever. It's such a big thing that you need to do. And there's the trim, there's two lots of hull, upper and lower. It's split port and starboard. Oh, we can finish the gunwales off, that's what we can do. That'll be the first thing to do from this level. Finish the gunwales off, and then go below. So they're all separate pieces. Oh, but the front one I think is not divided based on the keel? Is that the problem? Because like that looks like it should be clean. Who knows? Let's clean off the front section where the name is, why not? The Pelican, and you can immediately see that there's some little bits that I've not actually done well enough. So we need the extra long extension. Oh, we're cutting through the barnacles like a hot knife through butter. Instead of butter through a hot knife. So that gunwale, is it the same as that? Ah, it looks like it is. Okay. Yep, there we go. Excellent. Boing. Let's just get up onto here so it's a bit more of an even look. So the keel goes all the way from the front, all the way around to back from the middle. So we'll worry about that later. Maybe do this in a couple of different pieces or something. The longer the strokes, I find the more prone I am to making mistakes and missing bits. So I keep it small, then I might be less likely to miss bits. Really sure I remember one of the sides being easier to do than the other as well, which doesn't help. I have a feeling like one of them... Oh, there's this weird bulge. That's right, that's the other annoying thing. It's kind of an odd bulge in the hull. It's just an awkward angle to have to do. Yeah, one of them I feel was... It seemed like it was tucked into the trim more than the other. Which is kind of weird. So we might not have a good angle on the bottom of that bulge without going down below. We don't need that big an extension here. We probably don't need any extension, actually, come to think of it. Especially for this bit. It does feel sometimes like the only extensions you really need are nothing and very long. Anything in between, I don't know. I've used a short a fair amount, to be fair. I think that's probably unfair on the short. You gotta get him behind this rope thing. But I can't remember if it even blocks I don't think it even has collision, come to think of it. One way to find out. Will the gun whale complete with us firing through the rope? Not so far. No, it did. Okay. So it doesn't have collision. Like, there'll be a big shadowed bit over there if it does. And there is not. So ropes do not have collision. At least not at this point anyway. Makes sense, it'd be a pain if they did. But, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time they've done something that's just a pain. I think we're doing a pretty good job of this. Sure, there'll be some smatterings of things that I've missed here and there, but... Oh, now the rear bit here is a little bit annoying in terms of the gun whale. This is where we might want an extension on again. Cool, gunwale's done. Extension, once again, just go straight to the very long, just to avoid any shortfall issues whatsoever. And port hull will not complete. Okay, that's annoying. There'll be bits along the bulge that still need to be done. The port hull trim also still needs to be completed. It has a big lower edge probably. Okay, yeah, it's this bit along here. There we go, that's good. So we've done the port hull. Or at least the upper port. It's weird that it's not called upper port hull, it's just called port hull. And there's two port hull trims too, I just noticed. Upper and lower port hull trim should also be a thing. Whatever. It isn't. Fine. Should be, but it isn't. Cool. Oh, and there's another different part of the port hull. Okay. I thought it was only two, but no, it's in 3 pieces. And this one has barnacles. Thankfully, the barnacles come off really easily. I don't need to scour them away with the red nozzle. So that's nice. I don't know why I'm doing all the port first instead of moving on to starboard, but appears to be what I'm doing with my life. Now I've said that, I'm going to move on to the starboard. I should go up again as well. And ditch the extension, because I won't need it for this section. And we're almost 75% of the way there now, which is great. This is great progress. The fact that there's not all that many bits left is quite good. We won't get a checklist until the only things remaining are the rudder and the propeller shaft, I'm fairly sure. Because we're just going to focus on doing the hull sections, the hull and the trim first. So, I'm going to do those and not expect to see a checklist until those are done. So we've done all the anchor bits. And it was pretty much just the anchor bits, the hull. Oh yeah, I've got to do the gunwales too, that's true. Should focus on those, get them done first. Nice. Certainly cleans up nicely, doesn't it? I need to make sure that I do across where the ropes are, so I'm not wondering whether I've missed something. So they don't have collision, so I can just clean through them. So I need to make sure that I do clean through them. Otherwise I could miss a bit and not be able to see it. It's not that I can't reach it, it's just that I won't be able to see it. Slicing through the dirt and the rust. Go up to the end. I wonder what the significance of the number is. I bet it's some sort of inside joke. Usually is for these sorts of things in games. And extra long. Just to make sure. Especially since it's quite a sharp angle that we're doing this at. Nice. And this won't clean yet because we have to do the bit by the bulge. Apparently still not quite enough. What have I missed? Because the trim is also not yet done. I wonder if there's just a little bit of a weird angle where this bulge bit is. I just need to hit slightly differently. Oh, here's... no, there's the trim. What about the hull itself? It's very close to being done, so there's definitely just little bits that I've missed somewhere. Let's go back up here. I want to finish one section before I move on to the next. I'm not seeing anything directly here, but then it's probably... yeah, do I just have to go prone, I think. So that's where the bulge starts, and we're just gonna crawl our way. There we go, yeah. I can see a few little defect bits that I hadn't done. I mean, this kind of works as a method of doing this. Just crawl our way forward here, and then turn around and crawl our way back again. Clean behind the anchor first. There's kind of the two ways you can do it. You can do it in just big long stretches where you just hold your mouse steady and let your movement do the cleaning for you. Or you move as you go and clean it. It's like the lawnmower strategy almost, just doing it like this, where you do, you know, if you've mowed a lawn, you leave like strips, because you do just kind of a bit at a time. You don't do little squares. But for this, it feels weird doing that. It makes more sense to me for this application to do it in stages instead. So this is not Lawnmower Simulator. Two different approaches. In that, I'm much more likely to do broad strokes and come back to finish off the larger feature. In this, more likely to just kind of stand and deliver and move sparingly. Comes down to agility predominantly, because like with a mower or something, turning is annoying. With this you can turn easily. Or make very easy adjustments. Don't know why I've still got the long extension on as well, by the way. A very long extension still equipped. Don't know. Anyway, that's that bit done. The trim, I will need to do the bottom of, presumably. And then we'll move around to the port side again and just kind of work our way around in a spiral, basically. Good. That's the trim. Then we can kind of swap extensions as well. It is kind of useful though, kind of standing back. There's the keel. You get a bit of a wider perspective on it. You can more easily see sometimes bits that you've missed, but then sometimes standing closer and using a shorter extension can actually be better for seeing things that you may miss as you do them. I think I'd rather do it like this rather than doing it on such an angle like I was on the other side. Just clean across the rope area so that they don't have collision, thankfully. But I want to make sure that I sweep through where the rope is so that I don't miss a bit that's in behind it, because that would be really annoying. Be like hunting around for something that you've missed and it's just behind where the rope texture is. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't be the first time that I've done something like that. Okay, that was actually quite generous. Maybe that's what I was remembering. I feel that I remembered that one side was more generous than the other. But then the trim is still not done. Maybe from the... I might need to do a bit from the top of the trim though. Trying to... Oh yeah, I can see actually. Some of the top needs to be done. What's the best way of doing that then? Maybe being actually up on the... Oh, actually, bottom bit here needs to be done. Bit of both. Yeah, juts out quite a lot in fact. Still not done. Still bits to clean up on the underneath, in fact. But now I think there might be some on top as well to do. Ah, yes. Let's just chuck the extension on again. It's so close. But I think there might still be some top bits that need to be done. I'm not sure if I'm getting them properly from this angle. Yes, I am. There we go. Good. Whee! Stubby again. Well, no, short. Alright. Yeah, let's just work our way along, really. There's nothing more to it. 85% done. I have a feeling the hull alone, I think, with the basic washer, took me like an entire session, like 3 hours or something. Because it was a pain. I was just having to go back and forth dot matrix style with the red nozzle the entire time. I mean, they are coming off, but they are tough even with this. So after this, there will only be 2 maps remaining, I believe. Be a short one, a long one. I was kind of hoping to finish all of this last year, but this is a bit of a hangover in some respects. Just need to get right up close with this, I think. Once again, make sure that I actually clean across where the rope is. Take my time doing so to know that it's clean. He says, missing big bits of it. Just wondering how far away it actually is from me and whether it would be better for me to equip a longer extension or not. Because the angle that I end up on is actually quite a glancing angle by the time it gets down to the keel. Which is part of the reason it's taking longer by the time I get there. Just need to get like halfway and then crouch to do the rest maybe, and crouch and move forward to make sure that I'm getting more of a straight angle on it instead of a glancing blow. I think that might have worked better. And then the bottom of the keel, we're just going to have to basically crawl along underneath the boat. Because that's not terrifying at all. I would hate that in real life. Like, just standing underneath this thing. Yeah, it's held up by ropes and crap, but yeah, I would not like that at all. My mind is the sort that just goes, yeah, but what if they break? I'll just stay crouching, to be honest. It's not as bad actually coming up to the back end of it. The angle isn't as severe. So the idea is then I'll do the other side of the hull and then work my way back doing the keel. And then hopefully just have the rudder and propeller bits to do at the end by themselves. Nice. So glad it dinged when I wanted it to there. This side of the keel as well as I can. I can see I've missed some bits along the trim areas. Along the seams. Okay. Now work our way forward along the port line. Build support. You hear is just the thundering of the washer and the dribbling of the water. This is definitely a game that if you're playing this, definitely want to have some music, or if you're doing it more casually, just have something on the background to just watch. This is very much a keep your hands busy kind of game. That's why you're playing it, is to keep your hands busy. I actually saw that it was like last month on PlayStation Plus. It was one of the monthly games. Don't play this on a console. Unless it's your only option. If it's your only option, well, even then there's probably better games to play to pass your time, quite frankly. It's a great game, but do you like Farming Simulator or something? Or Lawnmower Simulator, like I was mentioning earlier. That plays better with a controller. This does not. Driving games, controller, thumbs up. Aiming games, controller, thumbs down. Trying to aim your washer precisely with a thumbstick is just not great. Do not recommend. Find RPGs and driving games to be best, or just button mash games in general. Like, I've been enjoying playing the Persona games more on PlayStation than I did on PC. Yeah, Power Sim, not great. Even Horizon Zero Dawn, I started playing a bit just to see how it felt on PlayStation, because it's also on PS Plus. You can play it free, basically. Well, yeah, monthly subscription, but included in your monthly subscription. And it's alright, especially since that most of the time when you're actually using your bow, you're probably shooting from the shadows, and the aim assist is pretty good. And you can get like perks to slow time while you're targeting and all of that good stuff. So that helps to counter it. Otherwise, you're probably just going to want to use your spear a lot more. I think just my playstyle in general, if I played that style of game or Assassin's Creed or something on PlayStation, it's just more likely to be combat heavy, I feel. Like melee combat heavy. Whereas PC with mouse aiming, much more your stealth archer sort of style. Oh, that was super generous. Ah, only 3 things. I thought the propeller shaft was separate for some reason, but it was just part of the propeller element. Alright, don't mind if I do. So now we just run along and do the underside of the keel, which we've done a pretty good job of the rest of it. In fact, there it is. I'm just doing this for fun now. And because I can stand up underneath it. Just run our hair along the bottom. Alright. Well, we'll do rudder. I was thinking rudder pole and propeller shaft might be separate things, but it's not. And of course, now that we're like a minute from the end, a 5-minute song comes on to help us celebrate. Yeah, that's probably the top. Or just the edge looks like. Both. Okay, that's kind of annoying. So, oops. That's probably leaving things like this till last. There we go. I should have started doing this earlier. Because there is top angles on these things that need to be done. Alright. Heroic song for our heroic finish of this level that took us so long last time we were here. And now we're doing it more as intended, to say the least. There we go, job complete. Fantastic. Wink. Let's jump up on top before looking at the thing. There we go. We're the king of the world. I should be on the lower bit there for doing that, but whatever. There we go. Boop, boop. Time lapse time. You're just shooting from the top for a while, just to see what we could do without actually stepping foot on the boat. But scrubbing the deck's much easier to do from below. And there we are. Incredible aroma. Yeah. Dude's a nutter. Cool. Well, that was that. Do we throw in another as a little bonus, or do we do it separately? I don't know. I think we leave it for now. So, as great and energetic and pumping as this music is, I think we stop. And we say goodbye for now. Time for lunch. Next time we're here, we've got the recreational vehicle again. Why is that under air? I wonder. We'll find out next time on Pro Washer Indulgence. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.